guys, you guys probably saw the title of this video and you guys are like, oh my gosh, Grassy, you're so tough. Oh, no? Dang. Also, I just made an entire medieval kingdom, including a library, a blacksmith, a part of the Renaissance, a farm, an inn, and this gigantic castle. By the way, 12,500 shiny rocks were used in this video, so I mean, like, that deserves a sub. Oh my god. So I built this in 3 days, and I'll give you the grand tour right now. Alright, we're gonna start right here and go down by pathways. Down this path is the hermit house? Whatever. This guy just wants to get away from the kingdom, but he really can't. He has a nice place to sit down and just relax, and when you go inside, he has a really small table, not much gold, and uses a sofa as a bed. In my opinion, this is not that much. But there's a secret. He actually has a basement, and you can get in through the back, where he has tons of gold, and he can sit here on his couch and read books. By just a singular block, we're going into the blacksmith house. While going over to his house, you can see you can go into the first floor or the second floor. We're gonna go into the first floor first. There's not much blacksmith type stuff, so I got 2 rocks, an apple thing, because like, I don't know, it kind of fits the vibe, a chest full of gold, and a fireplace. This was the best I could do, so don't expect it to be perfect. This way though, you can see some of his sculptures he's made. And in here is his house, where he has a bed, a nice spot to get his clothes at, a chair to read books of course, and he has a table with an amazing view of the library, which we're getting to right now. The library outside isn't really my favorite, but the inside is my favorite. It has these double stacked bookshelves and a ton of books to read. There's a ton of spots to sit on, like these chairs or these sofas. There's also a back area holding some of the most important books. And of course, a ton of gold. Next, we have the last house I built. Oh yeah, and on the outside, we have some storage with some apples. In here, when you first walk in, you have a chest full of gold, of course, and tons of books. You also have these 2 beds right across from each other, a fireplace, and some seating. Because I was using up all the resources, I kind of started running out, and this house is kind of like the bare minimum. Alright, now over here's my favorite house in my opinion. This is mainly because the outside looks so good. Just look at this. When you first walk in, you'll see a sofa, and when you turn left, you can see the dining/living room. In here, you can eat food, or grab a book from the bookshelf, and of course read it. In the other room, we have 2 king-size beds with, of course, a drawer, so then you can get your clothes. When building this house, I actually made a storyline of my own for it. The storyline was that 2 friends were walking, and then they saw a dug-up hole, and when they looked inside of it, there was a ton of gold. When they first split it between each other, they were both going to be able to afford the Kermit's house, which isn't that good. But then they learned that together they can afford this house, which is really good. So they decided to put their money together and get it. The storyline's so tough, right guys? Like, so is the house. The house is my favorite. Over here is a building from the Renaissance. When you first walk in, you see a sculpture from the blacksmith. And you can see it in each small segment. But then you can also find the Mona Lisa. This is basically the Mona Lisa, but inside Gorilla Tag, and it's a monkey. When I was building this, I thought it would look way better and be way more cool, but it didn't really turn out to be super cool. So then I just put the Mona Lisa. Moving on to the next house, which is the Apple House. Here lives a farmer who sells a ton of apples. He has a good amount of gold for just farming and selling apples. He has a ton of barrels filled with apple juice. And back here, 6 apple trees with 5 apple carts to hold the apples in. In my opinion, I love this house, but it's not my favorite. Next house we have is the really big inn. When you first walk in, there's a fire, some seating, and a dining table. There's also a replica of the Mona Lisa. And of course, books. When you get upstairs, you can see 2 rooms, which they're basically the same thing. Purple rug with a bed and a chair. This house makes me think of a ex-knight who was able to survive many battles and they decided to retire him. There's a ton of books of when he was a knight. Also has basic furniture for the medieval age. Up here it has a chest filled with all of his gold and a bed with a drawer. Also for some reason he has a replica Monk Lisa up here in his attic. Now for the final part, everyone's been waiting for this, and oh my gosh, look how big it is. I think we're gonna have to wait. Oh my. Welcome to the castle, and it's super cool. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, what he said. When you first walk in, you see the throne with tons of chests filled up with gold. In total, there's 6 chests. There's also easy access to the towers with ladders. If you're the king, you can go up these 2 ladders and go to bed. In here's a really small room with his bed. And also, he has another room literally just for a drawer. Why? Just... Alright, now let's go to the lookout towers. This is probably a much more easier way to get up than the ladder. Up here, you can get a view of the entire kingdom. And also, you can see the kingdom's pretty sweet flag. Now to one of the small towers. Up here, it's basically the same thing, but just a bit more shorter. But there's also a way to get to the catapult. And the catapult is only used when banishing someone from the kingdom. Alright, like and subscribe, and I'll catapult myself across the kingdom. In 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's go. Okay. We're all the way to the library. Nice. What they would do after this is just walk out of the kingdom. Alright, so that was just the grand tour of this kingdom. And if you want to play this map, the code is on screen right now. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like is always appreciated. Make sure to subscribe while you're down there.